Oh wow, look at this beautiful view. It's gorgeous out here. Pretty impressed how the suspension holds up out here. This is the Spark Cycle Works Brute. In my last video, I upgraded my Brute with an awesome 51 amp hour battery upgrade from a collaboration of Spark Cycle Works and Powerful Lithium. Now it's time to test the range of this awesome battery upgrade. I'm Wyoming Rider. I review electric bikes in the most rural state in the country, so come along with me on a new adventure. Hello, I'm Wyoming Rider, and this is my Spark Cycle Works Brute, and today we'll be taking this beauty out. I'm just kind of holding it up here because I cannot use that kickstand in this gravel or it just falls over, so it wants to sink down in there. Anyway, I just wanted to take this thing out for its range test today. Even though its display on the bike itself says 88, that's not correct. It's about 10% off now from this powerful lithium battery. But the great thing with these powerful lithium batteries is they have their own little BMS that you can connect to a Bluetooth and use this Ant BMS app on your phone, and it does work on Apple or Android. You can get it from the site or you can just get it from the App Store. But anyway, using that, as you can see, we're sitting at 98% because I did go about a half a mile to get here. So just know that right off the bat. It says we still got 49.5 amp hours to go. So we're going to take it out and take the same path as I did before. See how it does now. Definitely should get a little better range, and I won't record the whole thing. I'll just stop at points and tell you where we're at. We'll go from there. So thank you for coming along on today's adventure. I also want to tell you that it's very windy today, so hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad, but the only good thing about the wind blowing like this is it's nice and cool. A lot cooler than it's been being, so I can't complain about that part. So yeah, it should be a nice fun ride, and I will try to keep it like I did last time. I'll run it in the moped mode, just since I do have the 3 modes now, even though this controller is currently configured to use 100 amps, so that should still limit it to the same amount as before. So we're going to try to run it about the same speed, probably anywhere from around 30-35 or so. Try not to get too crazy so we can try to get some decent range out of it. Let's go and get it on out there in the middle of nowhere. Stop at our first stop that we stopped at last time, but now there's these big giant tanks out here. So far we've went 8.49 miles. The top speed of wind is all like 40.89. Not intentional, but I went 40 a couple of times there. Trying to keep it down, but it's hard to do on this bike. Sometimes I have to slow it down to 1 so I can. Anyway, let's get off of this thing for a minute and let you take a look here. Man, that's the hardest part of this thing, is getting that kickstand up sometimes. I meant to change my shoes before I left, but I didn't. Kind of forgot to do that. Push that back in. That way you can get another good look at it. This is the Spark Cycle Works Brute. It does have just the stock motor, which is the 4,000 watt, peaks at 8,500 watts. There is a bigger motor you can get put on it as well. And it said this is the 51 amp hour battery upgrade on it. So I'm out here just doing a range test on it. All right, we'll get back on the road here. All right, and here we are. We've made it out here to the crossroads. So we went almost 14 miles, 13.86 to get here, and we're at 84%. So we have tons of battery left. They said I've been trying to keep the speed down to 35 below, but man, I can definitely tell you there's a difference once I put this battery in and made those adjustments to the controller. It's really hard to go that slow. Even in the moped mode, it wants to go fast, and you put it up in the mode 3 and it's gonna go 50. Pretty much hard to go slow. Anyway, I'm gonna get me some water here while I'm stopped and turn around and head back. All right, well, we're a cut off on this road here. This is that dirt road I was talking about. We'll see how terrible this road is. So far, we went almost 17 miles. Let's see, where are we sitting at battery-wise? It's definitely using more battery going back because of this extreme wind. I guess we're probably about 77% or so. Maybe that's already accurate. It says 80, so we're actually at 80%. So yeah, we're still doing pretty well. So plenty of battery. So I probably won't be able to go too fast out here. Trying to see if my 360 is recording here. This is a little trust land. It says Wyoming State Trust Land. So yeah, it should be nice and beautiful. It may be really rough and I may not be able to stand it out here too long, but we'll try. Some of these dirt roads around here are just horrible. Not very well maintained. Lots of loose gravel and stuff. So I don't know how fast I'll be able to go, but we'll do the best we can with it. Some big potholes, but so far so good. It's pretty cool, little bridge there. Yeah, this is beautiful out here. Well, I guess this will probably help our range some, but it's a little sketchy. All right, I'll check back with you in a bit though. Yeah, actually doing pretty well so far. I just wanted to show you that beautiful view. Look at the birds. The hills over here. It's gorgeous out here. Gets a little sketchy every once in a while with the loose gravel, but overall not too bad. Getting to show you some different scenery. So this is the first time I've been down this road, so I'm really enjoying it. There's a little more houses here, like a ranch. Yeah, they have a gorgeous view, I can say that. Must be nice to live out here in all this beauty. Yeah, now you can start to see the beautiful mountains as they come over the hill. It's beautiful. Yeah, it wasn't rough at all. Oh wow, look at this beautiful view. Wow, that's a gorgeous view. I'm pretty impressed how the suspension holds up out here. Because, you know, this bike is really made more for the street, but hey, it's doing pretty well. Must admit, it's doing pretty darn well. Taking another quick look at our battery. We're sitting at 75% still. Let's see how far we went. Probably not too much further. Well, we went over 20 miles now, so not bad. Very well so far. So to show you this beautiful view, going down the big hill. It's like there's another Y down here. I'm to show you this area. Looks like I'm gonna go under the railroad tracks. Bet the train's not up there right now. That's a whole town down there, water tower, part of the town over there. The VA where I work is way over that way. Yeah, it's gorgeous out here. Really windy. Take a quick look at our battery again. We're at 67%. And let's see, so far we have went 24.59 miles. Well, we've got ourselves in a bit of a predicament here. Train's across the track. So I might have to turn around and take another route or just sit here and wait a few minutes. Because there's nowhere else to really go right here. But it is, well, there's actually two trains, one going both directions here. Wow. I think we'll turn around and take the alternate route. But before we do, let's check our mileage here. We're at 27.76. We're sitting at 62% battery. All right, we're rolling back into the neighborhood. Now, almost back home. I might stop there for now and we'll take a look at our distance there and probably take it back out again later to use up the rest of the battery, because I still think we got plenty to go. Alright, I made it back home, and fortunately, as soon as I got here, my camera battery, the first camera battery, died in the camera, so I had to put the backup one in there now. But anyway, I'm going to show you we did make it back and show you the results here. So far we went a total of 32.67 miles. Pretty impressive. We did a top speed of 40.89. Like I said, that was an accident. I didn't really mean to go that fast. Connect to our battery here, and we're still at 58% battery. That's pretty impressive. So it means we should be able to go double that maybe at best, but probably not. But it does say we still have 29.42 amp hours remaining. That is pretty darn cool. Pretty impressive battery. So we went quite a ways, and surprised it wasn't really further than that. It seemed like it was. And we went across all kinds of terrain and dirt roads, and I got a lot of dust in my front brakes up there. I'm gonna have to put a little brake cleaner on there to get all that out. But yeah, it's doing good so far. And like I said, I'll end up taking it out again. I don't know if I'll do it today or do it tomorrow, but we'll take it back out and finish doing this range test. So stay tuned for that. All right, it is the next day, later in the day, because that's some other stuff I had to take care of the day that come up that I wasn't expecting. So I was hoping to get to do this a little earlier. Anyway, I probably won't talk a lot in this part, and I'm not going to bother with the 360. I'm just riding it. One of the normal areas, I'm probably going to take it down there toward the Holy Cow Ranch, down that run and come back, but we're starting today at 58%. See how far it goes. Also, too, we're starting today. We've already went to almost 33 miles, 32.69, where we left off. All right, another thing I wanted to point out right quick is, yeah, I did clean my front brake rotors and stuff when I got home last night. I put a little brake cleaner on there, and today we have no squeaks. So I have to keep that in mind. That's one great advantage of this thing, is having the real motorcycle brakes, and it's so easy to maintain like that. They get a little dirt in them, they may make noise, but yeah, you put a little brake cleaner on them, or you can probably just spray them out with water for that matter. Yeah, the problem goes away, because this thing just has fantastic brakes, the best brakes of any bike I have, for sure. On it up now, that we got out here, trying to keep it around that speed. Probably won't come out good on the camera, but wow, look at that beautiful view. Alright, we're just going to stop here and check our battery right quick. So far we've went 40.39 miles, and of course that's saying 35%, but we know it's definitely more than that, and we're really at 45%. So it still says we have 23 amp hours remaining. So yeah, that's pretty darn good. So we're doing really well. So we have already exceeded where we reached before, because we reached 36 before with the stock battery. So yeah, we're definitely already doing better than that. So we'll just keep going. We'll let some of this traffic going around here. There was a couple of acoustic bikes up here. And here we are. We reached the Holy Cow Ranch sign. I reached where I've done most of my original range tests, is I would go down to the sign and back. Sometimes I go down there to the end, but it's only like another half a mile. Like I said, I try to keep it 30 to 35 mile an hour there. I did slip up and kind of go, 40 a couple of times, or a few times, but then I realized that I slowed back down. But so far we went a total of 43.77 miles, so right at almost 44 miles. Check our battery again. No cell service out here, imagine that. Beautiful view though, gorgeous view. Still nice and green out here, which is so unusual for August. 45% like there, so well, now it's reconnecting. There it goes, yep, 45%. So yeah, that's great. Still got 23.32 amp hours left, it says. Yeah, it says we're at 70.90 volts. So now next we'll turn around and go back and see where we end up. So I'll see you when I get back, unless I see something really cool I want to show you. So I want to show you the turkeys. Here's some turkey, a mama turkey and some baby ones. There's like another mama there too. You just about got hit by that truck there, because I slowed down and stopped, but of course he didn't. He tried to hit a couple of them. Jerk. Alright guys and gals, we made it back home. As you can see on this display, it says we're at 10%, but we're really, what? No way. No way. Oh my god. This is 10%, right? Because I can tell I'm still getting pretty much full power. Yeah. It's really at 31% battery, as you can see here by the BMS. This is amazing. So let's see how far we went so far. Wow, that's insane. So we've already went a total of 55.74 miles. So we're right at 56 miles. And according to the BMS, we still have like 30% battery left, or 31, I think. So yeah, we're losing daylight. It's like 8 o'clock. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight, and I'll try to finish this tomorrow. And what the heck, it just jumped up to 36%. So it just recovered some. So yeah, we may never kill this battery fully. I don't know how low this display will get before it will cut my power. That may be the limiting factor. I may have to try to go into the far driver settings and change that so it doesn't cut my power. But wow, that is absolutely amazing. I'm already impressed. It's already went almost 60 miles, which is what they said it would do, double what the 30 amp hour did. And yeah, I think it's already done that. And it's still going. So yeah, we'll continue this and see how far this amazing, powerful lithium battery can go. All right, guys and gals, we're back out here for day number 3 of this range test. And we're starting today. It looks like we're at 43%, according to the BMS and the battery there. And we're at 67.66 volts. So we're going to take it back out and try to run some more of this battery out. Try to get it plugged in here. And once we... I probably won't record a lot of this. I'll do like I did yesterday. Only if I see something really important I want to show you. If not, I'll see you at the end. Now, I'm not going to bother with the 360 stuff today. Like I've got so much footage already, I'm probably going to have to cut 80% or more of it out. So, so I'm trying to cut down on the video length. Just want to make a quick note too. We're starting today at 55.77 miles. Ooh, and it is extremely windy today. But yeah, I gotta take advantage of this while I can. I wouldn't normally want to do it on this windy of a day, but every day is pretty much windy here, so it's hard to avoid. Especially when I take days off, I have to take advantage of them, you know. But this bike handles it really well. Even though we're showing 0% on the display, I know we still have plenty of battery left, so. Like I said, it doesn't quite match up to the battery there, but don't worry, we're doing just fine. Alright, like I said, as you see on the display, it's just showing 0%, but in reality, in the BMS, it's saying we still have 36%, even though I can tell we have lost a little bit of power. I ain't quite got the oomph that it had before, but we're still at 61.60 volts. If he says he'll go down to that far, I should be safe. So we're just going to keep going and just keep an eye on this BMS app so we don't go too low on it. But yeah, we're doing okay. Still says we got 36% so far. So we'll keep going and let's see what our mileage is at. We haven't went very far yet. Yeah, we're right at 60 miles. We're at 59.33, so we've already made it to the promised range. So it's already going double what the 30 amp hour would normally go. Even though I did get a little more out of mine, I got 36 before, but yeah, it's already went like almost 60 miles, which is very impressive. So even if I had to stop here, I'd be very impressed with it. It's already done what I expected it to do. Like I said, I am having to kind of run it down into 1 now because it is going a little slower. So I'm trying not to put too much voltage sag on it, make the battery dip down too much. So taking it easy, but she is still going. As you can see, it's well, now I'm going down the hill, so it should still reach 30 or so. Going this way. Oh yeah, even in mode 1, there you go, 31. And that's happened since I adjusted the amperage. I'm up to 100 amps in the controller and stuff. So even in mode 1, I can go like 31 or 32. So yeah, it's doing really good. Pretty darn impressive. That is for sure. All right. Well, we did make it back, but probably the last half a mile, I ended up having to pedal it and then push it. I pushed it a little too far. So yeah, it cut off on me. But we went a total of 63.17 miles, which is very impressive. After this test, I'll tell you, I think the safe cutoff is no lower than about 58. I will not go lower than that. 60 is probably good. Even though it shows that there's 27% left, you can see we're at 56 volts. So, so yeah, would not recommend
pushing it lower than that because this is not going to give you any power at that point. Not good for the battery, not good for the bike. So, but I did discover if you stand up on it, even going up the hill, I was able to do 8 mile an hour for a short amount of time before I just gave out. But and people say you can't get exercise on an e-bike. Hey, you try to pedal this 100 and whatever it is now, probably about 180-pound bike up a hill. It is no fun. That is for sure. But anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this. Then next I'll do my little outro, and I'll see you in the next one.
Now it's time for my final verdict on the 51 amp hour battery upgrade from Spark Cycle Works and Powerful Lithium. I was hoping to at least get 50 miles range with the factors of my weight of 220 pounds and the very hilly terrain in Wyoming. I must say it exceeded those expectations, and I learned a little about the awesome moly-cell batteries from Powerful Lithium along the way. I did reach a very impressive range of 63.46 miles. One thing I wanted to point out with the Bluetooth BMS app in these batteries is after it said a couple of minutes at the end, it did drop down to its true level of 15% remaining. So keep that in mind. The Bluetooth BMS is a very handy and very important tool. I wouldn't advise letting your battery run as low as I did, unless you have no other option. And I'll probably never let mine run this low again. The panels look amazing, the battery life is amazing. Next I will continue to tweak the settings and show you the speed and acceleration this bike is capable of with this new battery, and also with its stock 4000 watt QS motor. So stay tuned for that video. Thank you all so much for coming along on today's adventures. I got more range and performance tests to do, so stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.